Hello and welcome to my follow-up after Stamp Wars 19 project video. Our sponsor for Stamp Wars 19 was Inky Antics. Inky Antics provided us with a coupon code, 15% off your entire order and free shipping. And that coupon code expires on March 18th, 2022. And I will have this listed in my description box below. There will be a giveaway on my video. You will have to leave a comment and you'll have to watch the entire video to listen to the question I'd like you to answer to be eligible to win my prize. My contest prize is open to U.S. residents only, age 18 and older. Make sure you watch Nancy's, Stacy's, and Chow's follow-up videos that will be available this week. Make sure you comment on their videos for a chance to win one of their prizes. And finally, our mystery guest was Corinne Wiskman. These are the cards that I'm going to show you how to create today. I'm using the Inky Antics Coffee Love Stamp and Die Set and the Sequins Fabric, which is reversible. I'm going to create a card and a tag. Let's get started. Okay, so again, the stamp set is called Coffee Love. It has an adorable coffee mug as well as several really cute coffee sentiments. The die set cuts out the middle of the cup and some steam and some coffee beans. And I created a tag and a shaker card during Stamp Wars. Here's the sequins fabric. I'm going to show you how this works. You rub your hand across the sequins and the sequins changes colors. You can just cut it with your scissors. You don't have to worry about having any kind of special cutting tool. You can also use a trimmer or a slide trimmer. It's not that hard to cut through. So that's what it looks like. Silver on one side and rainbow on the regular side. During Stamp Wars, we were required to make a shaker card, and this is my card. I've got the coffee mug and some really cute sequins inside, and we were supposed to use pattern paper. So you can see that my frame is made out of pattern paper. We were also to make a tag, and I made a jumbo tag using some pattern paper. This tag was already sprayed on the back. I picked it out of my stash. I didn't even realize it was already sprayed on the back. Okay, let's get started. This is my coffee mug. I'm going to use Memento ink to stamp this. The paper that I'm using is Accent Opaque 120 pounds. The reason I'm using Memento ink and heavier paper because I'm going to be using Zig Real Brush pens. Curatake Zig Real Brush pen, clean color. So there is a little bit of water that'll be applied to my project, just a minimal amount. And I also like having that heavy duty cardstock for this particular type of project because as you're moving your sequins back and forth, you want to have a nice sturdy base. So keep that in mind. Don't be afraid to pull out your nice heavy cardstock for this project. Now my Curatake Zig Real Brush Pen Clean Color pens, the colors that I selected were 2 colors of blue and 2 colors of brown. I'm taking the darkest color blue and I am going with that around the outside edge of my coffee mug handle. And then the lighter color, I am using my lighter color blue. And I do apply just a little bit of water just to blend those two together. This is a very easy way to color, and these pens are very vibrant, and I like that they have a super fine tip. They were gifted to me. Somebody had them and didn't want them anymore, and they sent them to me in a box full of goodies one time, one of the FSC members, so I can't remember exactly who it was. I think it might have been one of the Cindys. So that was really sweet, and I do get a lot of use out of these. I like them a lot. By the way, if you're not familiar with FSC, Foiling Snobs Club on Facebook, it is a Facebook group started by me and Nancy over at Nancy Stamps to help promote our YouTube channels and to grow a community of people who like to foil and also like to stamp. It used to be called Foiling Stamp Club, but then we changed it to Foiling Snobs Club as a joke. Well, not as a joke, but as a play, because we were saying that during our different YouTubes, how much we were really snobbish about our foiling, our hot foiling, our toner foiling, etc. Now, we're not going to be doing any foiling today, but see how quick that was? I mean, I do have this on fast forward, but that was easy to color, and I got that done in no time. Now you can see I die cut the center of the mug, and I just put that piece of paper aside for scratch. And this is what I'm trying to decide. Which way do I want the sequins to kind of flow? I want them to kind of open towards the seam of my card or the fold of my card. I think that gives it greater stability. But either way, it works. You're going to get a lot of coffee mugs out of this roll of fabric. So this fabric is 96 square inches total. So it's 4 inches by 24 inches. And it's enough fabric to make 6 or more cards. And I would definitely testify to that. It goes a long way. Now, the key is, I think, to use very strong tear tape. So I am taking and putting tear tape. I'm trimming it down just to make sure it's the right size that I'm getting, especially down at this little bottom part where the bottom of the mug is. I didn't really leave a big margin at the bottom. I should have probably left a larger margin there. It doesn't matter because it all turned out great. But you want to use your tear tape, use a lot of it, put it all around the back side of your die cut section. And that's what you're going to use to keep your fabric in place. So that's what I'm doing here, just applying it all around that cutout. So if you're not familiar with Inky Antics, Nancy and I know, well, Nancy knows them from way back when. I just recently was introduced to the company through going to stamp shows. They are a part of a large family of stamp brands. I'm sure you've heard of Stampers Anonymous. Well, Inky Antics is part of that company. And Rhonda, who is a manager or director for Inky Antics, founder, was on our Stamp Wars. So we had a lot of fun. Then we're so glad that she was able to join us live. She was able to answer chat. She was talking to all of our FSC people that were watching in chat, answering questions about Inky Antics. But if you've ever been to any of the stamp shows, make sure you check out their booth. They have a wide variety of products from not only the Inky Antics brand, but a lot of other brands too. And their website has a lot to offer. Make sure you check out their website. Now I'm going to go in regular speed here because what I'm doing is I put tear tape along the seams of this piece of fabric, this reversible sequins fabric. So I put tear tape along the outside seams. So not only is it stuck down to the tear tape, but it's also being adhered to the paper alongside the seams. So it's just an extra layer. You don't have to do that, but I have found that that was a nice way to just keep everything secure. And I'm pressing really hard trying to make sure that that back side has a piece of paper on top of it. So I used another piece of accent opaque paper and I put tear tape on that and I put it down on the back side of this cutout. That way everything is secure and everything stays in place, and these cards are so much fun to make. I like making these a lot more than shaker cards. I've made these before in the past, so they're fun. So this little sentiment says, brush your fingers across the sequins to change their color. That way your card recipient knows what they're supposed to do when they get this. There was also a stamp that has 3 little coffee beans. So I grabbed my Catherine Puller ink, icing on the cake, and I stamped those 3 little coffee beans, and then I'll color those in with my Zig Real Brush pen. This was a lot of fun to play this Stamp Wars. I enjoyed myself. The stamp has this steam stamp, but I couldn't fit that on my card panel plus a sentiment. That's okay. I'm going to use it on my tag. So instead of using the steam from the stamp set, I'm using this sentiment. I'm saying, sending a hug in a mug. What's nice about this fabric that Rhonda sent us, every color of the rainbow can be seen. So whatever color coffee cup you would like to make, you can do that. And it will match really well with the sequins. So I'm trying to get this sentiment to line up straight. Right now my card's getting pretty thick because I have the layer of sequins, and the sequins fabric's not very thick, but I added that card panel on back of my card back. I'm using Over Coffee ink from Catherine Pooler to stamp the sentiment, sending a hug in a mug. I really like this sentiment. I think the font is really cute. The other sentiments say sending, which you could say sending a hug in a mug, and coffee is a hug in a mug, and then the final sentiment says coffee. That's it. That's how I feel in the morning when I wake up. I do enjoy my daily cup of coffee, sometimes 2. Actually, I had a cup this afternoon. I had a dentist appointment this afternoon, and when I got back to the office, I had to go directly into a meeting. I work from home, and then I got really tired. I guess it was just all the running around and everything, and just thought I'm going to have myself a cup of coffee, and that really helped. So definitely love coffee. Isn't that beautiful? So simple, but that sequins fabric really makes it pop. Now I'm going to start my tag, and I have a piece of pattern paper, and I'm going to stamp this coffee mug onto that pattern paper. It's a real pretty sort of aqua colored with cream colored polka dots. End up using Memento ink again. I was thinking to myself, I don't know what kind of ink to use on this paper. This paper is very smooth. It has a smooth finish, and I was worried about an ink that would actually not smear. But then I thought, well, probably Memento's my safest bet because my VersaFine Clara Nocturne ink takes a long time to dry. So I've got this little finger slice, little knife, which is really, really nice for cutting out little sections like this. So I wanted my handle to be open. So I used my slice. I cut an X in the section I want to cut out. And now I'm just taking my scissors and fussy cutting out that part. This was pretty easy to do. It's a nice size handle. Didn't really have any trouble cutting this basically, hole out. It's just a weird shape because it is a handle. And then I've got all this cute pattern paper and my tag. My pattern paper's from an old paper pack that I bought a long time ago from, I don't know, a company that's not even in business anymore, I think. But, it's just perfect. Just perfect. My tag, I cut it down so it wasn't so gigantic of a jumbo. I thought, well, let's just make it like the size of a card, but it's a tag. Because that was one of the requirements on our Stamp Wars. You were to make a tag and you were to use pattern paper. The coffee section is just a piece of craft cardstock, and then the decoration on the mug, part of the coffee mug, is cappuccino cups. Now I did cut out the steam, which this is what's nice about this set. It does give you this option to cut out the steam, and I didn't know what color to make steam, So I just made it the brown that matches everything else that I have. And I'm just using some liquid glue to just put that down. This is where tweezers come in handy. And then finally, I'm going to stamp the sentiment "Coffee, That's It" on a piece of craft cardstock. And then I'll just trim this out with my trimmer. And I did use VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink to stamp this sentiment because I wanted it to be nice and solid with craft cardstock. Sometimes you need to use an ink that is a pigment ink. It's just a little bit more bold. Back to my contest. If you would like to enter my contest and have a chance to win my prize giveaway, I would like you to answer this question. Answer this question. What is your favorite type of coffee? Cold, over ice, warm and hot? Do you like it black? Do you like it with cream and sugar? Are you a cappuccino fan? Maybe you like macchiatos? Tell me about your favorite coffee. If you're not a fan of coffee, tell me what you liked about my cards that I created today. My card and my tag. So those are the two options. Tell me about your favorite coffee drink. Tell me why it's your favorite. And then second, if you don't like coffee, what do you think about the projects that I shared with you today? Do you like the sequins card? Do you like my tag? Please let me know in the comments below. Again, my contest is open to U.S. residents only, age 18 and older, and the contest will only be open until March 18th, 2022. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and hit that bell. That way you will be notified of all future videos that I post. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and thank you all for watching today. Don't forget to check out Nancy, Stacy, and Chow's channels so that you can watch their videos. And check out the description box below for details on all the products that I used. Thanks so much. Have a hopeful day. Bye-bye.